Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to Nyash Carlos TV and this is Trendy Friday. Na leo kama kawaida tumewaletea Trendy Friday na hizo ni vitu zimetrend Kenya na all over the world. Now, mazee, it will been a long week, lakini starting far from earlier this week, one and only Eric Omondi ameamua kuonyesha the gava he can feed the nation. Na alifika pale akamua kugawa the food, like anapeana unga to the citizen, lakini unfortunately mse pia alipata kuwa arrested. As much as the government is trying to do ABCD, lakini Eric Omondi is there telling them hamfanyi kazi, na amejaribu like he must feed the nation on behalf of the government, lakini government nao ni nani? Walk on his neck. Now, away from Eric Omondi thing, this is the very same week yenye Kenya social media guys wamekuwa into a cold fight with different countries, na one of the country ni Ghana. This was so funny. Kenyans, by the way, like this, I'm telling this for free to the other nations zenye hapo nje. You can fight Kenyans kwa battlefield, you can fight Kenyans everywhere, lakini huwezi fight Kenyans online, because these guys will intimidate Ghanas in a point yenye mpaka Ghanaians wenyewe waliingia wakasema like we are sorry, Kenya hatukuwa na makosa, walikuwa wananyenyekea. Why? Because Kenyans ni wase wenye wao na social media ni hivi. Kwanza mostly the KOT Kenyans on Twitter, hao wase wanakuanga crazy, so wali abuse Ghanaians, wakasema sijui Ghana wamefanya nini, wana create even pictures from elsewhere zenye hata uwezi elewa zimetokea wapi, but wanaekelea Ghana. Honestly, it was so fun. And again, on the Kenya and the other nations fight, pia sai as we are speaking, Kenya and Nigeria, they have picked up a bond again. The same thing is happening with Kenya and Nigeria. Na naona wana provoke Nigerians, of which Nigerians, I'm just advising this. You cannot win a fight, an online fight with Kenyans, simply because these guys wanaweza create in something that hata ukutarajia unaweza kuwa. So basically that's the fights zenye zimekuwa happen in Kenya and other nations. Na Ghana, as we are speaking, they have surrendered, lakini Nigeria pia washaanzwa. Okay, the bigger matter of the trendy yenye happened this week ni trendy yenye imeleta utata Christianity, like tukiingia maneno Christianity culturally na maybe morally. One of the big issue yenye ilikuwa Kenya sahi ni the court will rule out the case of Lgbtq, na ikisema like Lgbtq should be registered by NGOs. Anyway, to this matter of Lgbtq, I have invited a guest today with me here. He's ready here to discuss about the matter of Lgbtq in deep na tuweze kupata his ideas. Na first of it, acha tuambie jina, na maybe unaweza songa hapa karibu na Mike so that utuambie jina, utuambie unafanya kazi gani ama unashika mic.
Yo. What's up? It's your boy Spencer Chulo. IG at Spencer Chulo. And all social media platforms. Me, I'm a student actually, nasomea Pwani. Yeah.
So bro, the government, let me not say the government, because as we are speaking right now, the government is on another phase of it. The court will rule early this week that LGBTQ organization should be registered by NGOs. What do you think? What is your general view about this matter, the LGBTQ matter?
About LGBTQ, first of all, it's against our core values as Africans. This thing has been brought from the Western countries. Yeah. And as Africans, we have our values which we have to hold up to. So kitu kama LGBTQ hatuwezi kubali. Plus, how can you imagine like kama hii kitu iko hivi, like it has pressure right now venye sahi bado like haija kubaliwa. Ikikubaliwa, like even the Bible says we should raise children and fill the world, sindio? Imagine in this situation now. Dem ameoa dem mwenzake, sindio? How are they going to raise children? Pia sisi mwanaume ukiwa mwanaume mwenzako, it's not even ethical na iwezi make. Mi hata sioni point ya kuargue hapo. Hii kitu hatuwezi kubali. And we are calling upon our leaders pia wao they come out waongee na watu support in this fight. Yeah.
I think some leaders came out and said frankly like this thing is not going to be tolerated in Kenya. While some leaders were like one of the guy mwenye is an influential guy, it's Miguna said Kenya should address some other matters to do with maybe murderers and other things, but should not focus too much on LGBTQ issues. Do you think Miguna is right, or he should have another way of viewing this one?
Yeah, Miguna is right because we have very serious issues going on, like poverty, other people like in the northeastern wanakufa njaa. Yet instead of addressing such issues, such critical issues, tuko hapa tu tunaongelelea sijui nini LGBTQ, tunaharibu pesa kwenda court nini. I think the energy which is being focused on LGBTQ should be focused on poverty and the other stuff which matters more than LGBTQ. Because us as a country pia tuna fail. Unapata our roads nini bado haziko fine, si ndio? But instead kufocus na vitu kama hizo tunaanza kufikiria sijui LGBTQ sijui ni kitu itusaidia. And we should come out tuite pia mayouth tuongelele issue. Pia serikali tusikie bana juu mi sidhani ka inaweza weza.
Okay. Now, and another thing that will affect a lot of Kenyans now kuanza like people are regretting, and I don't know if it is like it was right. It's the thing that walikuwa wanafikiria maybe the government have sold the morality of the nation for just some penny from the US, because immediately wakati hii bill ikipitishwa by the court, the wife of the USA president, first lady of the USA, was in Kenya, and immediately she left. There is an aid that was brought into Kenya, and people were shouting like the government have sold the morality of the country, all the Africans, for this aid. What do you think about that?
Yeah, naelewa the wife of the el presidente wa US alikuwa huku, but yeah, she had come. Before she came, did she like talk of what she had come to do?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, alikuja then after a while after she left, the matter arose, ndio. I think hapo bado, like, you know, sometimes money speaks.
So do you think the government sold the morality of the nation just for that money?
Yeah, sometimes people tend to do things which are unthinkable, just for like to be given something to sustain their lives. Maybe I can agree with that, because unapata after she left ukaanza hizo matters zika rise nini. Unaweza pata the government hapo ili to fail.
Okay.
Ili to fail hapo.
Was now on the government side of failing Kenyans or not failing them, early today, both the high people in the government, of which is the president and the deputy president, have just come out and addressed the issue and saying that they are out of the court ruling. Like they didn't know anything that was happening in the courts. They didn't have any idea of what was going on in the court. Now wamesema like they will not agree. Maybe I think this is after the leaders, majority of the leaders of Kenya and Africa came out and said no, this is not the way we should go. And some cultural activists walitokea nje wakasema no, this is not the way we should go. Now after that, the government have just came out to say that they didn't know anything that was going on in the courts. Do you think this this is true? Like, are they saying the truth ama wanatudanganya?
No, I just think that they gave a deaf ear on the issue. Yeah, and after being provoked by the media, so unajua Kenyans now as if fail. Yeah, they turn up vile inafaa, si ndio? So after being provoked by the media, wakaona hapa hivi, we must like come out as a clean slate. Yeah, like unajua like vile a father is the head of the family. The president, the deputy is the head of our country, si ndio? So waliona like hiyo issue imearise nini and people are criticizing us. We should come out clean, tuongee tuseme nini. But hakuna kitu ufanyika kwa familia without the knowledge of the father. Unaelewa? And the court is under the arm of the government. So I think they walikuwa wanajua and they knew everything, the proceedings nini. But they just kept quiet, wakanyamaza. Alafu sasa after kuona vile kumeenda hivi unajua Kenyans were bitter online. Vile wanaongea na all these things zinawafikianga. Wanaona, wanaambiwa venye Kenya wamesema nini. Because they are also media personalities in the presidential office. Yeah.
And on the matter of the government and the LGBTQ issue and the aid issue, honestly, the West countries wanatishia if like they are calling the LGBTQ matter as the human right. Now, some countries have came out and said no, as much as you are doing this, we cannot accept it in our country because we have our values. Now, one of the country yenye ilikata hii stuff ni Uganda, walisema no. Wakaambiwa they will not receive any aids. Wakasema yes, we are okay with that, lakini achana na morals zetu. And the other nation was Rwanda. He stood up. Paul Kagame said no, we are not going to tolerate this. He called them nonsense. Yeah. And do you think Kenya should follow the same route? The government should follow the same route hata kama watanyimwa aid, lakini wa follow the same route. Do you think it's good to follow the same route?
Yeah, Kenya should follow suit because as a continent, Africa, we are united nations, ndio, and we should do what the other, like we should hold hands together ili to prosper. Hizo countries za majuu unapata kama ni China inashikana na Russia, wanajuana vile watafanya. So if we divide, we cannot prosper in this thing. Na pia Africa is rich. Ni issues hapa hivi kiasi corruption nini. Like say Africa, but the Africa ni rich sana. That's why they are bringing their stuff from huko, wanakuja huko like they are trying to give us, unaona ile like give and take. Wanatupea hiyo kiasi alafu wanachukua our resources. So hapo nafikiria we should follow suit. Tuseme pia sisi hatutaki. Na pia tukikataa pia the other countries nini ya. And pia like tukikataa hivyo sasa like tukue united. Alafu if they withdraw from helping us, we find an alternative on what we are going to do for us to sustain our living, sindio? Because we even used to sustain our living before they came. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a strong message to the government and to anyone who is concerned. It's a strong message. Now, to the end, let us just hear his general point, like what should the government do briefly, and if they should say no, and if wamekataa kabisa they will not be given aid, what should they do briefly, so that we end the session for today.
Briefly, okay, like the cost of living in Kenya. So umeona vile imechwada, iko down kabisa. Cost of living iko juu, unapata people can't even sustain their living, si ndio? Plus you cannot go to work on an empty stomach. So lazima bado hiyo cost of living wapunguze, ndo kila msee apate at least hata kama ni 1 meal a day, si ndio? Because na pia bado kuna aid hizi bado, they are very rich people in Kenya. Unapata msee ako na mado nini like Tupac said, you know of Tupac, yeah? Tupac said there is no need of you having 20 billion 30 billion in one room, yet other people are suffering outside. Calling upon people to come out wasaidia watu. I saw an interesting story of Nasra Yusuf. I don't know, it's Nasra Yusuf, yeah. The comedian. Yeah, she went ahead akakusanya dough and went to help people, yeah, who are drought stricken huko northeastern. The same thing. Other Kenyans should follow suit. Like unapata msee hata anaweza enda asaidie awajengee balls nini. Kukiwa na maji, by the way, unapata msee hata unaweza panda, yeah, unaweza panda nini zako hapa hivi, plus bado the government should also like check on such areas. There are crops and other animals which survive on those areas, ndio. Wajue an alternative to make those areas useful. Na pia bado like on our produce, si bado tunapata mimea nini. Some counties huko hivi wanapanda maize nini. Kenyans waanze kununua their produce instead of importing from other countries. Ndio pia wa encourage our farmers, like ndio wapate pia their daily living. Na wapunguze bei ya fertilizer nini hizo and all that stuff. Na pia unemployment about the youth bana. Unapata msi unamaliza chuo hapa hivi, unatoka hapa hivi nje unatese. Umaliza 4 years ukisoma hapa. Alafu msee fulani huko hata hajasoma anapewa kazi na unaachwa nje. So unaona bado hiyo ni issue nyingine, corruption. We should check on that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, Maze, thank you for watching this video. It's been great. Maze, tumepata at least something ya tunaweza nani. So basically it have been a great conversation with the guy. Na tumepata kujua Maze, it's not a must like we must depend on some things until we tunajipata tumeambiwa vitu zenye hazifai because our cultures are not allowing it. Anyway, it's okay. Now, till next time, next Friday, we meet again on Trendy Friday. I have been your host for today, Nyash Carlos, as always. Till next time, Maze, tupatane. Love you all.
Oya. Niaje Mwanzele. Unajua hiyo? Hahani heho.